Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be taking a look at the VRIF, VR Interaction Framework from Bearded Ninja Games. So what is an interaction framework? Well, essentially it's a way for you to get started in your game or application development a lot faster. When you start VR development, there's a lot of different physics, hand presence, weapon systems, all these different kind of things that you need to build from scratch. So using something like a VR interaction framework, or there's also Hurricane VR, it allows you to take all these systems and elements that have already been pre-built by another developer, import them into your game and get started testing all your different dynamics. And then you can actually look at how those different elements, packages and frameworks have been built, so you can reverse engineer them or change them based on your needs. Inevitably, when the project gets going, you might want to actually create a lot of these interactions and elements from scratch yourself, and these frameworks have already built that or given you an example of how it's done. Over the course of this video, the objective is to understand where you can download VRIF from, get it installed and get it set up, and we'll talk about some of the main features that it adds and some of the initial pros and cons that I have seen. So I also hope to do a similar video for Hurricane VR, which is also a really powerful interaction framework worth reviewing as well. And by the end, I'm hoping to do a comparison between some of the main frameworks like VRIF and Hurricane VR, maybe to help you make a decision about which one that you want to pursue. So we can start by going to the Unity Asset Store and typing in VRIF to download and install the VR Interaction Framework. So it's also worth noticing the support materials. They've got a really good wiki at wiki.beardedninjagames.com. I'll provide a link in the description. And here you'll find all the information you need to get set up and a deeper breakdown of each of the features and core components that they offer. So Bearded Ninja Games recommends a stable or LTS version of Unity. So we recommend the most recent one, which is Unity 2020, to get your project set up and installed. So it's recommended by the developer that you use the stable 2020 LTS or long-term support release. So I've already got that installed here, and you just want to make sure that you've got the following modules. So Android build support, because we're going to want to deploy this to the Oculus Quest, and that is based on the Android framework. So make sure those two are both added. They're very important. Okay, so now we can go and create the project. So go to projects, and then we can create new. We're going to select the 3D template. VRIF also supports the universal render pipeline and the high definition render pipeline, but you're going to have to do some configuring in order to enable that, and that's covered in the documentation. For the purpose of getting us up and running, let's just use the 3D template. Let's give it a name. Okay, so now we're in Unity. We go to project settings, then we go to the player, and then we want to find the input system or input handler. So scroll down, active input handling, and we want to switch this to the new system package. Click apply and save. Okay, so next we want to go to window, package manager, and we want to import VRIF from my assets. So you'll have got this if you've already purchased it from the asset store. So I'm just going to update first, and it takes a couple of seconds. And then when you've done that, we want to import. If you're creating a brand new project, I suggest that you import everything, but if you're importing this into an existing project and have other project settings, it's worth taking a look at the package settings to see if there's any conflicts with what you've already got set up. And there's some notes in the documentation about that on what you need to look out for as well. This will also install any other dependencies that you might need. So take a quick look at what's there and see what you need and you don't need. Okay, so once it's installed, it appears in your assets folder. Let's open the scenes folder and then the XR demo. Okay, so next up we want to make sure our plugins are set up correctly. Go to project settings and then XR plugin management. We're developing to the Oculus Quest, so make sure you've got Oculus selected in the plugin providers. We also want to do that on the Android version because we'll be deploying to the Oculus Quest, not just using the Oculus Link. So we need both of those enabled. VRIF also supports OpenXR, but I haven't tested that personally myself. So we've got everything set up in terms of the project. Now we want to make sure that we can play test it. You can do that using the Oculus Link. If you're on a PC, or if you're on the Mac, you'll want to deploy it directly to Android. So we recommend downloading the Oculus Developer Hub and getting signed on for that, or sign up for a new account. So once you've got that set up, you can actually add your device in the Oculus Developer Hub device manager. So make sure that your Oculus Quest is awake. Sometimes you have to restart your Quest or even your PC or the Developer Hub in order for it to be recognized. But please be patient, it does actually connect in most cases. So here we set up our new device, and then we can select our Oculus Quest to connect it. During this process, you might get a request to enable USB or to allow authorization within the Oculus Quest device. So look out for that. You'll need to pick up your controller and give those permissions in order for the connection to be complete. And also when you're looking to playtest from Unity, you'll need to do the same, except the link connection. Let's check it out. I'm going to press the play button up here. Awesome. Take some time to play around and get used to the interactions. I will say physics-based interactions can be buggy. That's why it's up to you to set each component up to suit your gameplay. What's great about VRIF is there's a lot of configuration options in the object inspector to tweak interactions as you see fit. So start there, and if it's not what you need, take a look through the component script to further modify. There's also a fantastic community in the VRIF Discord group. There's about, I think, 2,000 members. So if you get stuck, post your questions there. If any of the components and interactions in this kit are what you hope to create in your own gamer experience, it's going to be a huge time saver. Think about how long it would take you to develop grab interactions, hand presence and posing, weapon systems, buttons, doors, and other physics systems. Inevitably, you will learn how to develop these yourself, but in terms of time saving, it's going to knock months off your project for a small sum of about $60. I'm hoping to do more of these videos on how to customize VRIF and other toolkits like Hurricane VR, so please subscribe and let me know in the comments what you'd like to learn about and what you'd like to see next. Okay, so we've tested this on the Link. Now we want to deploy it to Quest. So go to Project Settings. First thing we want to check in the player is that we've got the right Android API level, which is set to 23. I think VRIF will have done that already when the package settings were imported. Then we want to go to Build Settings and want to switch to Android as our platform, and then hit Switch Platform, so that's set up. Connect your Oculus Quest, and then we want to build and run. So we're going to build the APK and run it directly on the device. So if you've got your Oculus Quest connected, you'll actually see it start up. So you also just want to, if you're not seeing it, you want to make sure you refresh a couple of times or even restart Unity. So another way that you can do it is via the Oculus Developer Hub by dropping in the APK that you just saved and created into the Developer Hub. And then you'll be able to go to the, you can actually launch it here directly from this button, or you can go into the Oculus Quest itself and go to all apps and then go to unknown sources, and then you should be able to see your project there ready to run. Thanks so much for getting this far in the video. If you'd like to learn more about how to accelerate your XR development, hit the subscribe and like button and comment on what you'd like to see next. Thanks guys.